Remember him? This is Jimmie Walker's life now. Jimmie Walker was born James Carter Walker Jr. on June 25, 1947, in Brooklyn, New York, is a beloved American actor and comedian who rose to fame with his portrayal of J.J. Evans on the groundbreaking television series Good Times, 1974–1979. Walker's larger-than-life personality and infectious catchphrase, "Die No Might," became a cultural phenomenon, propelling him to stardom and cementing his status as a household name during the height of the show's popularity. However, Walker's legacy extends beyond his role in Good Times and spans decades of contributions to the world of entertainment, particularly in comedy, as well as his influence on African American representation on television. Growing up in the Bronx, Walker faced a challenging environment marked by economic hardship and the social difficulties of the 1950s and 1960s. Despite the obstacles, he was determined to rise above his circumstances. Walker attended Theodore Roosevelt High School and initially had no aspirations of entering the entertainment industry. Instead, he focused on education and even pursued a career as a vendor at Yankee Stadium, which he did in his teenage years. Walker's early life in the Bronx exposed him to diverse cultural experiences, and he often credits his upbringing in New York City for helping shape his perspective on life and comedy. Walker's entry into the world of comedy happened in a rather unexpected way. While working as a radio engineer at WRVR in New York City, he began performing stand-up comedy at various small clubs around town. In the 1960s and early 1970s, the New York comedy scene was flourishing, with comedians such as Richard Pryor, George Carlin, and Bill Cosby paving the way for African American performers. Walker quickly developed his unique comedic style, combining observational humor with sharp commentary on race, social issues, and daily life. His performances began gaining traction, and soon he was noticed by producers, earning spots on shows like Jack Part Tonight and Rowan and Martin's Laugh-In. These appearances marked the beginning of his rise in the comedy world, and it wasn't long before he was cast in his most iconic role. Jimmie Walker's career-defining role came in 1974 when he was cast as J.J. Evans in the Norman Lear-produced sitcom Good Times. The show, which was a spin-off of Maude, focused on the lives of an African-American family living in the Cabrini Green housing project in Chicago. While the show tackled serious issues such as poverty, racism, and unemployment, it was Walker's comedic portrayal of the wisecracking eldest son that brought levity to the program. J.J. Evans, with his lanky frame, exaggerated expressions, and hilarious antics, quickly became the most popular character on the show. His trademark catchphrase, "Die No Might," became a national sensation, and Walker's delivery of the line was eagerly anticipated by audiences each week. Although Good Times was an ensemble show, Walker's portrayal of J.J. was often the highlight, leading to both immense popularity and behind-the-scenes tension. Co-stars like Esther Roll and John Amos were known to have disagreements with the direction of the show, feeling that J.J.'s buffoonish character overshadowed the more serious social themes. Despite the friction, Walker remained committed to his character and the show, which lasted for 6 seasons and became a landmark in African American television history. After Good Times ended in 1979, Walker found himself navigating the difficult transition from TV star to maintaining a long-term career. Rather than allowing himself to be typecast, Walker focused heavily on stand-up comedy, touring the country and performing to sold-out audiences. His comedic prowess remained sharp, and his stand-up routines continued to address social issues, often with the same wit and insight that made him famous. Walker also continued to make television appearances throughout the 1980s and 1990s, guest starring on shows like The Love Boat, Fantasy Island, and The Drew Carey Show. Despite his on-screen exuberance, Walker has always been a relatively private person when it comes to his personal life. He never married, and much of his public persona remains centered around his career rather than his personal relationships. In interviews, he has reflected on his decision not to have children, explaining that his life was dedicated to his career and that he never felt the need to settle down. Walker is known for his independence and his focus on his passions, which include comedy, writing, and, in later years, conservative political commentary. In 1982, Jimmie Walker, the charismatic comedian best known for his role as J.J. Evans on the hit sitcom Good Times, made a memorable appearance on the game show Tattletales. Walker was joined by Jerry Fields, an actress with whom he shared a vibrant rapport. The show, a fun and playful competition where celebrity couples answered questions to win money for their audience, showcased the undeniable chemistry between Walker and Fields. This led to speculation that the two were romantically involved, and in the public's imagination, they became linked as a married couple. Although the episode was lighthearted and entertaining, the idea of Walker and Fields as a real-life couple gained traction. For years, many fans believed they were married, a misconception that persisted for decades, despite the pair never officially confirming any romantic relationship. Walker finally addressed the long-standing rumor 30 years later, in 2012, during an appearance on The Wendy Williams Show. With a candid sense of humor, he admitted that he had never been married, putting to rest the idea that he and Fields were ever husband and wife. Walker shared with Williams that not only had he never been married, but he also did not have any children, a revelation that surprised some who had assumed otherwise due to his status as a beloved public figure for so many years. He further revealed that while he had never walked down the aisle, he did have some romantic experiences, hinting at a few relationships over the years. However, when pressed for more details, Walker skillfully sidestepped elaboration, playfully clamming up and leaving fans intrigued but still in the dark about his love life. This strategic silence only added to the enigmatic aura surrounding Walker's personal life, making it clear that, while he was willing to dispel certain myths, he preferred to keep much of his romantic history private. Another intriguing rumor about Walker involved conservative political commentator Ann Coulter. Over the years, gossip swirled about an alleged romance between the unlikely pair, fueled by their frequent public appearances together. The speculation reached a peak when some began to believe that they were more than just friends. Coulter, however, was quick to set the record straight, humorously explaining that it was Walker who had started the rumor in the first place. In interviews, she expressed her admiration for Walker and confirmed that while they shared a close bond, their relationship was purely platonic. According to Coulter, the two enjoyed each other's company, often attending events together when she was in Los Angeles. Their relationship was defined more by camaraderie than romance, with Coulter affectionately describing Walker as a good friend. Despite the denial of any romantic entanglement, Walker and Coulter continued to fuel the rumor mill with their numerous joint appearances, particularly at the TV Land Awards. The pair was often photographed together, and their playful chemistry led to further whispers of a relationship. Coulter referred to these outings as so fun, adding that their friendship was often mistaken for something more serious due to their close connection. The public, enamored with the idea of this seemingly odd couple, continued to speculate despite both parties consistently refuting any romantic involvement. Coulter's sharp wit and Walker's comedic flair made them an unexpected but delightful duo in the public eye, even if their relationship never crossed into romantic territory. The rumor surrounding their supposed romance was reignited in 2017 when Norman Lear, the legendary producer behind Good Times, mentioned the pair in an interview. During a conversation with Blackish creator Kenya Barris, Lear casually mentioned that he and his wife had gone on a double date with Walker and Coulter. Barris, stunned by the revelation, found it hard to believe that the two were romantically involved. Lear, however, remained insistent, recalling the evening spent with Walker and Coulter as a couple. This sparked a fresh wave of gossip, further fueled by Coulter's response on social media. On April 5, 2017, Coulter addressed the buzz with a tweet that read, "Best of friends, love him, no romance," reaffirming yet again that their relationship was purely platonic. Despite her clear statement, the rumors persisted, as fans remained fascinated by the idea of the comedian and the commentator as a romantic pair. In 2018, reports of a supposed breakup between Walker and Coulter began circulating after Walker was spotted attending a Palm Beach polo match without her. This unexpected sighting led to confusion among some who still believed they were a couple. However, friends of Coulter quickly clarified that there had never been a romantic relationship to end. The idea of a breakup was simply another chapter in the ongoing saga of public speculation about Walker and Coulter's relationship. Despite the persistent rumors and occasional public appearances together, both Walker and Coulter have remained steadfast in their insistence that their connection is one of friendship, not romance. Their enduring bond, marked by mutual respect and shared moments in the spotlight, continues to captivate fans, but as they have made clear time and again, it is a friendship that defies the need for romantic labels. In the 2000s and beyond, Jimmie Walker has continued to work in entertainment, appearing in films such as Airplane, 1980, and The Guyver, 1991. He also made guest appearances on modern shows like Everybody Hates Chris and Scrubs, proving that his appeal has endured across generations. His role in Good Times has been immortalized as one of the most memorable characters in television history, and his contributions to comedy have inspired countless performers who followed in his footsteps. The love that the comedian got on his social post announcing he is not dead is just a tiny sample of the love that he gets on the road. Walker spends 5 to 6 months on comedy tours annually. The Bronx native proved to his family in his youth that one could make a living by telling jokes when he was booked at the famed Apollo Theater in Harlem.